very excited.
Oh, should we have that was scary. That was like a mannequin came to life.
I'm very excited for this episode of Funbearable. I'm Brad Rohr. He's
Chuck Stayton.
Chuck Staton.
Wait.
He's
hold on.
Ray Harrington.
I'm Ray Harrington.
I'm doing
Am I
all
Ray?
the. No, you're Chuck Staton.
Yeah.
You stay Chuck,
Okay.
and that's your. Call,
I don't like it.
That's your call. Your call sign. No, your sign off. That's your sign off.
All right.
Stay chucking.
If you
Stay.
Keep chucking. I think keep chucking.
keep on
your-
chucking.
chucking.
If you say something that makes me laugh, though, you have to switch identities with Ray.
Okay.
And then we just keep going.
Oh,
You know
I
what would be
know.
funny? Okay, we should do a podcast.
Uh-oh.
Every time one of us laughs, we have to rotate identities. Ooh. That would be good. Your face with the
It's right there.
Rotate
Chuck's laughing.
identities.
Now
So
I'm
now-
Chuck.
now
You're me.
I'm Brad.
Chuck is you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
All
now
right.
I'm...
Okay.
So it's the identities that rotate, not the.
You have to be... Okay, you're me, I'm Brad.
Anyway, so
I thought I was Brad.
okay.
Wait, which way do the identities
thought we were-
rotate?
Oh, we're going.
I thought we were going that way, clockwise. I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
Clockwise
you want
makes
to do counter?
sense. So now I'm Chuck.
Yeah, and I'm Brad.
I'm Chuck. Just madly jerking off.
I laughed.
Yep.
We're moving it
Oh
again.
no!
I'm Ray.
Now I'm Chuck.
I'm the boss. I'm the big boss.
That's me. The big boss.
And we're back to our original personalities.
Oh, wait, we laughed.
Yeah.
Oh,
so now
back.
I'm Ray.
I'm Chuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're the Funbearable podcast. We're excited to be here today. We don't have a script, but we're going to roll
Normally
with
we
it.
have a script.
Normally we
we
script the whole
have the
podcast.
entire script of the show. Everything we're going to say is written out, and including like little fumbles, little pauses, little
Yeah.
things like that. Anytime we talk over each other,
Yes.
that font is in blue,
Right.
and then we go through the whole thing. And sometimes we'll run through it 5 or 6 times before we feel like it's natural and we get it.
I like to
Long
add
recording
ums
process.
and ers to my lines.
Yeah, that's right. It's more engaging, more real.
Yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
makes me approachable.
Grounded.
Well, one thing I do want to figure out,
Yeah.
have we figured out how to open the show yet?
No.
We just did it.
I know we just did it, but that's
just did
that's
it.
Are we settling on that?
No.
Brad intros?
No,
No,
we're
no,
gonna,
no.
We're
We-
gonna.
Organically?
Yeah.
We're gonna feel it out?
Yeah, baby.
We're gonna try?
Yeah, baby.
We're gonna throw shit at the wall and see what sticks?
This is my new character I've been working on. It is a current over it Austin Powers.
Oh, okay.
So now you say something that I would agree with.
Is this good?
Yeah, baby.
You didn't seem over it enough. You have to be more over it, like this.
Okay. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, like that. Be like, yeah, baby. Fancy a shag. You like that swallow?
Terrible mouth sound.
This time, you did a fantastic job
Thank you.
introing everything. You opened everything up beautifully, and I'm happy with it. And we're gonna grow and see. We're evolving. We're learning.
Right.
We're seeing what becomes the thing. Maybe the listener has an idea of going. We want you to say this, and we go. Well, we're not here for that. And then we get in an
You're
argument.
not the boss of us.
Right.
Can we say it all weird
Apparently,
like that?
according
Yes.
to Chuck, I'm the boss. I guess.
I also-
Wait, no, you
would-
think you're the boss.
By the way, if you had to type
like a
out,
small dog that
Yes.
thinks it's big.
if you had to type out that sentence,
But I'm a
it
big
would
dog
be,
that thinks it's a small dog who thinks it's big.
it would be you're not the boss ... of us with a question mark. That's
Yes.
the way that I delivered that line.
Yeah, I
you're
like
not the
that.
boss of us.
I will tell you something truthfully, boys.
Thank
No.
you.
Since I'm sitting on this side facing the two of you as if we are
Yeah,
in some
we're
sort of
doing something.
mediation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're helping me and Brad.
Yeah. In a lot of ways.
A
A lot of ways I thought I would help Chuck and Brad, and in a lot of ways Chuck and Brad hurt me instead of helping, right? It went the wrong way? No?
No, that was what we intended to do. We intended to
Your
hurt you.
faces across from me not giving me anything is untenable.
Did you see mine drop?
Fun-tenable, sorry, fun-tenable. So I will say this. I am extremely tired.
Yes.
Normally, that is kind of my default setting. I'm
Right.
usually
Yes.
tired.
Yes.
My close friends, you've met them. My close friends, they will often make fun of how often I say I'm tired.
Right,
Right.
right.
I think part of it is just being, tail end of 30s and having a child. I think having
Right.
a child really drilled that into me.
Yeah.
Right.
You're with the way tail end, like the tip of the tail. No?
Yeah, sure.
I think like
like your droplets off of the tail.
Like, are there
like a lizard?
I was
that's
gonna
really
say
long.
like, are there animals that have
about
tails
that.
with like a puff on it, or is that just
A
fictional?
rattlesnake?
If
A poodle?
If you were the tail of a rattlesnake, you're the smallest little rattle at the top.
little bead
You've
at the
got
top?
one. You've got one bead left until 40.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, just
the
wanna
doctor
make-
took my other bead. It ascended. It went up.
I'll just say it continues to be downhill from here.
Yeah, it's bad.
And I'm very tired.
Yes.
And one of you mentioned before we started recording this a nap. How do you feel about naps? When we sit here this way, it makes it feel like I'm asking for a loan for my new business. That's how it feels right now. How do you guys feel about naps?
Oh, it's for your
invest.
nap emporium.
I'll invest in the
Nap.net.
nap. Yeah, nap.net.
Nap.net is a different thing. Yeah, if everything goes well with nap.net.
This is can we be serious for a second?
Yeah,
Is that okay?
Can we?
Sometimes we're fun. Sometimes we're unbearable. I'm going to be unbearable for a minute.
Sometimes we're just
Okay, let me give you.
Can we just be?
Let me give you a real life thing that's happening in my life, a health issue.
Okay.
So recently, I had back surgery.
Yeah.
Spine surgery. This is
And you finally got one?
this is what, late February, early March. I
Yeah.
don't know when.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I went through a weight loss transformation where I lost 35 pounds from like Christmas-ish to like around the same time of the recovery of the spine surgery.
And you love Christmas-ish, right?
Yeah.
You love Christmas-ish time.
Christmas-ish should be-
Christmas-ish
that's
time.
Christmas,
Oh, that's very hard.
Kwanzaa.
Christmas-ish time.
It's from the creators of Blackish. It's just a holiday special on ABC.
Okay, Christmas-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's the most wonderful-ish time of year.
it's wonderful-ish.
Yeah.
And coming out of the back surgery and the weight loss, I'm exhausted a lot of days by like 7 p.m. Like so exhausted that it's not like I'm fainting, but it's very close to me fainting.
Okay.
Like almost every single day.
But you also get startling news. Yeah.
I mean, do you think that that's part of it? Is I always get
startling news.
starting news
At
right when this has
7
happened?
p.m.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
That is.
Have you thought about getting? They have a couch just for it.
Yeah.
It's called the fainting couch.
Well,
It looks like a chaise longue.
so when this first started happening, and this is going to sound so weird. If you're a listener of Funbearable and you're just new to this podcast,
Sorry.
no, I'm just going to say this is going to sound so weird. So right after I had my spine surgery, Brad had the same spine surgery.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Ray should have the same spine surgery, but he refuses, right?
I wouldn't say refuses, but I don't want it.
All right. Well,
Nobody
we're
has
walking
said
around.
you need this. I've just been
Oh, I was told I needed
dealing.
it.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, anyway. So regardless of that,
Yeah.
we're going to be the spine bulge brothers. We all have bulging discs.
Yep.
the Bulge Brothers.
The bulge brothers. Well, Brad and I had ours removed medically. Ray's hanging on to
Keeping
his.
my bulge.
Keeping his bulge.
Yeah, I'm keeping my bulge.
Yeah, you need one. So anyway,
I did.
the idea.
Can I
The
be?
idea that hurts you is.
I told you to do this off my.
The idea that I'm insinuating you don't have a dick bulge. In it.
That's it. It's a good thing this table's nice and white.
So when afterwards, I went to go help Brad when he had his spine surgery. I went back to Rhode Island. I picked him up.
Yeah.
He was in the hospital bed. Remember that?
Yeah, they thought he was my son.
They said it like 7 times.
Really?
They kept being like,
Wow.
They're like, your dad is all better, and I'm like, no, I'm not. He's not my dad. And then they're like, Mr. Rohr, your son is here, and he's like, he's not my son. And then another doctor came in, he's like, you're a good son. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
I heard it twice.
Yeah.
and-
Isn't it? But didn't you have a child with the guy from Ancient Aliens? That's it. If the guy from Ancient Aliens got real into comedy, it would be Chuck Stayton.
I'll say,
You just do one of these.
By the way, they get together because Brad is an ancient alien.
Yes. I was his inside source of like this is how we
I
did it.
built some of the Mayan pyramids. None of the real, none of the Egyptian pyramids, the famous ones, but the Mayan pyramids did a lot of that.
My
work.
best pyramidal work was destroyed by colonization.
They kept calling me his son. They like wouldn't stop.
I was so out of it, and I'm trying to protest, but
And then I show up and they're like, your large daughter is here to see?
I was so confused and like the second time I'm like, not my son.
Oh no, this is some family drama we don't want to be a part of. You're not my son. You're no son of mine.
Yeah. He was just mad, so he's like, I have no son. And they're like, oh, geez, we don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
Listen,
like,
Mr.
like
Rourke,
how
go home
hateful
with
of
this
you.
guy.
Yeah.
Whatever problems you have, you're going to solve them
You
someday.
can solve this stuff. It's fine.
Yes.
It's because he wanted to join
I
the
want this
circus.
episode to be called I Have No Son. That would be a good name.
No, that's confusing because I don't want my son later in life to be looking at a podcast going, what the fuck is this?
Well, see, this is why he thinks he's the boss. Why would your son assume that you're saying that? We do have no sons.
Yeah, and I do have a son.
Why wouldn't Finn, as a grown-up, say, oh, this must have come out of someone else's mouth?
The one person like that does have a son, I think the son would assume.
Well, I mean, 2/3 of this podcast has no sons.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Only
Why would you
1/3.
state it? Why would you state it in the title? I have no son.
Because I went to pick him up.
And he was gone.
So anyway, are we screaming?
You are.
That's just how I shriek.
Yeah. Excuse me. This is how I shriek. I'm
how I
just
shriek.
sitting here.
This all
minding my own
started.
business,
Can I be
shrieking.
serious? I want to talk about a health concern.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, I went to
So
pick
you
up
have a
Brad.
prolapsed anus.
They basically kept saying that I was his son to the point where we just had to give in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and you
was
have to
like,
do the pretending.
Family photo,
Come on,
yeah.
Dad.
It's weird too
He
because
had to
they were
give me a
like, prove
kidney.
he's not your dad. And I looked up Brad Roar pictures, but it does look like we're father and son
it
in
does.
most of our pictures.
Yeah.
Especially the cowboy Christmas one.
That's correct.
But
Cowboy-ish.
so I said to the doc, I said, Doc. She loves me. Doc. I don't know. So anyway, so I said, hey, like I'm exhausted all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like every day I get really exhausted.
And then he checked your chart and went, yep, it's 2022, son.
And I go, do you, what do you think about that? She's like, oh, you just had the same surgery.
Oh, I did. I was sexist. I thought I made it a man. I made the doctor a man. It's that old riddle.
Oh, I didn't even think
It's
of
that old. It's that old
Oh,
riddle.
yeah, it
I'm
is.
pissed. But she was like, well, you just had this back surgery. Like I probably had it 4 weeks before and 5.
I thought it was like 2.5 weeks.
Oh yeah, maybe
where
it was
where
even
you were like
shorter.
17 days ahead of me. or
Yeah,
something.
maybe I was 17 days ahead. We race with our medical
Yes.
conditions.
Yeah.
We like to make a game out of everything. These guys,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
competitive.
I'm gonna get that surgery. Fuck you.
So she was like, you just had the spine surgery. Like you're healing from that. Part of your back muscles are, what's it called? Compensating. No, compensating for the other back muscles.
Yeah.
So she's like, you're just healing from your surgery. I was like, that makes sense. But I still feel like that all the time. And if I'm giving you real details, if I'm very busy and I'm like doing a thing,
Yeah.
I don't even notice it. I don't feel that.
Yeah.
But if I like get home and it's like 7 o'clock at night and I'm like about to like edit or I'm
Yeah,
doing some
yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to lay down. I can't even like sit up.
Yeah.
And I'll pass out.
Yeah. See, it's tough for me because like I can't take a nap. I am not a nap person.
Oh, okay.
Well, this
People
is my
suggest
thing.
it. Yeah, people suggest a nap. However, since the pandemic, there started to become a routine that went away for a while once things kind of opened up a little bit more. But now I've been falling back into the same trap where after dinner with my wife and my son,
Yeah.
if I'm not doing a show or I don't have anything going on, I will end up like sitting on the couch watching a show with my son or a movie or something like
Right.
that. And right around the same time, like 6 o'clock, I pass out.
Yeah.
My body shuts down. I cannot keep my eyes open.
Right.
And then I feel horrible because my son, who's 8 years old, like his experience is like, yeah, around 6 o'clock, my dad just looks like a big, dead, fat body sitting on the couch,
Yeah.
like slumped down. The neck is just down like that.
Yeah.
And then I'm back. You know what I mean? Like a half hour later, I'm back. I'm good to go. That's a nap, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Is that a nap?
That's
Would you
what
call
I
that a
wonder.
nap?
I used to do that all the time. Remember we used to watch Walking Dead?
I do.
And I used to fall asleep all the time?
I feel like if I go to nap, it has to be like I'm in bed, the lights are
Get outta here.
or like a
But
weird
that feels like sleep.
right. But for an hour
think a nap
during
is
an
sleep.
afternoon.
I know you're sleeping, but like doing it, like going in the bedroom, turning the lights out. Like, are
Putting
you
on a
under the
night-
covers?
He wears a nightgown and
See,
a
like
cap.
under the covers, I'm like, you're going to bed.
I'm going to bed, but I'm going to bed
Yeah.
at 1 p.m. after church. Like that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not a faller or sleeper on the couch or in a nice chair.
Faller or sleeper on the couch. Yeah.
It's very rare that
Coucher.
I fall asleep without explicitly.
But see, here's the thing. If I do that, if I go in there, the bedroom where I fight sleep every night,
Yep.
It is a battleground
Oh,
for
okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you knew this. When you fall asleep, what you're doing is you're letting go of living
Yes.
your conscious
Oh,
life.
The
Yeah.
French
And you
call
die.
call an orgasm
Le petit mort.
the tiny death.
Yeah.
Le petit mort.
You know why? Because you're jizzing out a little bit of your life.
We can't go away from Jizz on this podcast. We can't when he's here.
Yeah,
He's a Jizz magnet.
Yeah.
Which
Except the opposite.
That's that shirt. That
Yeah, I repel jizz or expel.
Oh no.
No,
No,
know
you
what I'm
were
saying.
expelled for jizzing. Oh no, here comes a flashback. But no, I can't go in the bedroom and lay down and be like, I am going to take a nap. Or when I'm on the road for comedy,
Right.
lay down in the bed and take a nap. That's the only time I can nap in a bed.
Okay.
Is if I'm in a hotel, because that's like really the only option.
Right.
But in my house, if I go to my bed, it's like a different thing. I've tried it and I just lay there.
I
And
was
I
in
can't
bed
fall asleep.
for 14 hours yesterday.
That's so much bed.
How? That's too much bed. I'll say after 5 hours,
You
my
were
hips
doing other
hurt.
stuff in the bed, right?
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Cookies.
Oh, look at this little fucking shit-eating grin. Oh, God. Oh,
I
no. No.
No.
Because I feel like it's happening, and then you still are reaching over, and I'm like, I don't want to be a part of it.
No, so some other stuff happened in the bed. But I will
Yeah.
say I stayed in bed for a long time, getting massages. But I really like last night. So let's break down the barriers.
Okay. Are we taking our clothes off? What's happening?
So what happened was Ray and Brad, we're in New York right now. New York City.
the Big
New
Apple,
York City.
home of picante sauces sold
3 a.m.
round the globe.
The big never sleeping apple cities.
So Ray and Brad traveling by train, first class, of course.
Old-timey times. We got an upgrade. It was pretty cool,
Yep.
but then the train stopped for 1 goddamn hour.
Sure did.
And Ray said he was curled up like a goddamn rattlesnake.
Okay, do you see me?
What? Yeah.
Do you see me?
Yeah.
It was less like a rattlesnake, more like early phases of a fetus. Have you seen those pictures? Right?
Yeah.
You know what? I think your Freudian slip there is less rattlesnake, more rattlesack. That was
Rattlesnck, yeah.
he was just curled up like a sack of rattles.
So I am 6'7".
He's 6'7".
I am 6 feet 7 inches.
Do you ever say how much you weigh?
No.
Do you ever wonder how much just your skeleton would weigh?
This is a
I'll
fucking
say-
Bruce McCullough character from Kids in the Hall. This is Gavin. This is
I'm
Gavin.
interested in your skeleton mass.
How much would my head cost if it were veal? He asked that in a butcher shop, and he's like, I don't know, $17.50. He's like, no, I don't think I'll sell. Like, that's a question that he would have asked.
I think I'll sell.
So,
Don't you wonder how much your skeleton weighs?
no, I've never wondered that. But now it's the only thing I can think
yeah,
about.
right.
Well,
How
'cause you
much
gotta
does it
think-
Are we
go
talking
away?
pounds, kilograms? What are we talking?
think it's
Am I dried out?
But
Am
your
I a
skeleton,
moist skeleton?
It's gonna be monstrous. Your
Thank you.
skeleton is like they could just put a T-Rex head on it. No one would know the difference.
The banner's falling in front of it.
Except you have regular arms.
Ah,
so
fuck you, T-Rex.
No tail.
Look what I can do.
I would take
Touch
your
my face.
extra arm bones and make a tail out of it.
Thank you. So at 6'7", sometimes travel
Yeah.
is a bit of a challenge. Right? Sometimes, like when I rent a car, I have to make sure I don't rent like an economy car or spend like a price I'd be willing to pay. I have
Right.
to pay a little extra
Yep.
to get a car I can actually drive.
Yes.
He's
Right?
very tall.
I'm a very tall man.
Even on my king size bed last. This is true. On my king size bed last night, your feet were hanging off.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you almost couldn't get me fully in the frame of the shot that we were taping. And you kept saying like, no, we have to get it all. The feet are important.
Maybe the most important.
Maybe the most important thing.
Yeah, I just shook.
And your head is shaking. But so
You ever see scanners? Go
so
ahead.
like flights, that's a huge pain in the ass. I always have to pay extra for the leg room just to sit like a human being.
Right.
I once flew on a Delta flight that when I sat down, the length of my knee to my ass was longer than the leg space afforded to me. And when I went to sit down, like my lower back is on the back of the chair.
Right.
My ass is not touching the seat. Right? And
Yeah.
it wasn't the armrest. I wasn't
Right.
like sitting on the armrest or
Right.
anything.
Right.
And I'm sitting there. I'm like, I can't sit down. I am too tall for this spot. And the flight attendant came over and said, "Oh, it's fine because once we're up and the seatbelt light gets turned off, you can stand in the galley." And so I paid a full ticket price to stand in the back of the plane watching my iPad, like holding my iPad and just watching it for an entire flight to Minnesota to go to a club.
That is not a short flight.
And they were doing the cart, they're getting the drinks and everything, and I'm like, "Oh, sorry, yep, excuse me." And I'm standing there like I'm on a subway.
Yeah.
Like I'm just holding on and just doing this for the whole flight. Like it sucks. Being 6'7" and traveling is the worst.
Yeah.
And when we got on the train, it is the tickets, they were the first class tickets. And the seat, I'm like, "Oh, this is nice." And we sit down. The table was so short that I couldn't have my legs like just out like normally. They had to be bent a certain way.
Yeah.
Like if I tried to have my legs straight, the length of my knee to my foot is too tall.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't, and it kind of just pushed me forward.
Right.
And I was just like this for the
Yeah.
whole train ride.
Yeah.
With a lower back issue.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just doing this the whole train ride. So I was curled up.
Yeah.
I was curled like a what was it again?
A
Sack
goddamn
of rattles.
rattlesnake.
A
rattle
sack. I was a fucking rattle sack for the
Yeah,
whole ride.
yeah.
So it's not fun. And I was so tired on that as well. It just hit me.
I'll say just kind of the aura of travel sapped me as well. I was less
Yeah.
curled up.
Yeah. Well,
but, yeah, you
But
know.
is it getting old? Is that what it is? Is it just
This is-
aging?
this- so this is my question.
Is it just aging?
So this is my question.
I'm just so
About
fucking
the
tired
nap.
right now. I'm
About-
not even funny right now.
About the nap. I start
Yeah.
passing out. I'm like, this coincides with the 35-pound weight loss. This coincides with spine surgery.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it has to be related to one of those things because felt so black and white. But I'm like,
Yeah.
or are we just getting older and I need a nap? Is that a thing? Like, did I just notice it because I made changes at the time?
Here's the other question. It's been extremely hot. It's been extremely hot and muggy. Is that part of it?
That could be
You know
part
what
of it. I
mean,
mean, this was in February, March for me. So,
oh no, yeah, you have a problem.
Yeah, so this is my question. So, like I
Yeah.
said, I don't notice it if I'm very busy,
Mm-hmm.
but if I'm home and I'm comfy, last night. So Ray, this is the reason I was bringing this up. You guys were coming in on the train, and I was like, "Oh, it's 7:15. I'm supposed to go pick them up at the train at like 9 o'clock."
That was the original.
I was like,
arrival
"I'm just
time.
gonna get in bed, take a nap, set my alarm."
So you nap in the bed as well, above the covers or in the covers, under the covers.
On a usual day,
Yeah.
I'll just go like lay on top of the covers.
I feel
with
like a
light
nap
on.
would be on top of the covers, but as soon as
Top
you
of the
put the
covers.
covers on, you're sleeping.
Last
I've
night-
done both.
Last night, got completely naked, got under the. I don't know why you're making that face.
Is that part of it?
No, well, that's how I sleep.
You do an NN, a naked nap.
Yeah, naked.
Yeah.
So last night I got completely naked.
Uh-huh.
Put my air conditioner to 65.
Yeah.
Got under the covers, and then I got a
You
text.
iced those giblets.
I got a text from Brad.
Yeah.
That made my fucking day.
Oh, I'm glad I could help.
You know what it
were
was?
just
Yeah,
glad to see
Do you
me.
know what it was?
It was that we were late
Late
because of
an
the
hour.
bridge.
So
yeah.
I get to my phone, change that alarm.
Uh-huh.
I get another hour of a nap. So like when you saw me,
Yeah.
I think I left my house at like 9:20.
Yeah, you were full of energy when you came to pick us up, and Brad and I both were just like,
Yeah.
done.
I
We're
I
know,
done
know. I
with
thought
it.
you were mad at me. I was like,
No.
I can't
Well, I
pick
was
him up.
once you got there all energetic.
I'll
you know?
say this.
I was like, I just went to the grocery store. I asked them for snacks. I bought all their snacks. I got handy snacks. I got Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm getting all your favorite stuff.
None of those things were asked for, by the way.
It feels honestly, it feels like what powered the train was part of our souls.
Yeah.
And that when we
yeah.
arrived, we were just sapped
Yeah.
of soul, but.
Soul sap.
Yeah, soul sap, and I was like, all right, we're gonna get to Chuck's place. I just want to go to bed, and that was it. I mean, it's one of those things.
Napping is a strange thing, and I think there's no specific outline of what a nap is.
Yeah.
And that's why it is weird to me where for me,
Yeah.
the idea is like, well, you can't be under the covers. Then you're just going to bed at 2:00 in the
Right.
afternoon.
But only for an hour.
I know it's weird, but I still count it.
I agree with you. I would rather nap laying on a couch or laying on top of the covers with the lights on. It
Yeah.
feels like, hey, we're not shutting out everything. But last night I was just tired.
Yep.
I wanted to be comfy, so I said naked nap, 65 degrees, get in the bed, set the alarm, leave late.
I'll say I take 4 naps a year. That's it. I want
counts 'em.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to save them for the end of the year.
At the
You bank them,
beginning
they
of
don't
it-
roll over.
At the beginning of January 1st, he makes himself 4 nap coupons.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then every time he takes a nap, he puts it in a little deposit box that he made himself. And then he checks them himself at the end of the day to see if he approved the nap.
You would think I would reuse the same nap coupons year to year, but I put the year on them. So it's just a huge waste of resources.
Yeah. And you don't empty the box.
No, it's
It's
just
just been there stuff filled. You can't even get the nap coupon in. Nap on?
Nap on.
Nope, that's different. That
sounds-
makes me think
yeah,
of something
that doesn't
else.
sound good.
We joke about Brad, but he is meticulous with his cataloging of his life.
I am. It's a problem. It's a real problem.
It should be, yeah.
You know what though? It makes me feel safer because if you ever do tip into being a serial killer, which it's razor
Coming.
thin,
It's
the
coming,
edge
yeah.
is razor
Oh
thin.
my
I
God.
wouldn't be surprised if it happened before this trip ended.
Yeah.
But if you do, you're so meticulous about documenting your life
Yes.
that I do think you will end up just kind of proving
Contributing.
the case for yourself. You know what I mean?
Just an aside. I lost the spare key to my house, which I had a different one. Chuck's mom is taking care of my cat while I'm in New York, which is wonderful. Thank you, Pat. Please don't watch this. She's learning a lot about her son.
Yeah.
Her beautiful baby boy.
I have no son, is what she's going to say.
Yeah. That's why it's titled that. Yeah. I have no jizzy son.
I went through. I'm like, I left it in my car. I went through my car.
Yeah.
Not in my car. I'm like, it's in my junk drawer. Like the whole thing. I'm just methodically going through every possible place this stupid key could be, to the point where I'm like, somebody stole the key out of my car. Because that's the only explanation I have.
Yeah.
But
Someone's pulling a long con.
yeah.
They're
It's
sneaking
probably
into my
Chuck.
house and slowly adding 1 centimeter to the heel of every pair of my shoes until I lose my fucking mind.
I'd feel great. That's the
I'm
only
getting
way.
taller and taller.
That's the only way I can be taller than Chuck's hair.
We one of the things that
Aliens.
that Brad has too. One of the things that Brad has too is like he wants everything in his life to have a source. So
Yes.
like he can't be like
That's why he's so religious.
if he's like I can't. He's like I was a little gassy yesterday. He has to be like
What did I eat 2 days ago? Let's see, pizza, pepperoni, mozzarella.
and he goes through it. When you left to go smoke a cig, he was like
Which is not a phrase I use.
I'm gonna smoke a cig. And then he flips one, and it goes into his own ear. I don't know how that.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
It bounces off the wall. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you put it back anyway? So
Well, because I have my little holder.
yeah,
And I need it
It's
to go in
so
the holder.
long.
It's very long.
Yeah.
I get it, and it's the brand that makes it. That particular model is called the Cruella, and it's great. It's ivory.
Yes.
And I've been assured an elephant was killed for it.
Oh, yeah.
You are like
And-
Cruella de Vil.
And just that.
Fuck you.
I'm
what?
talking about in a good way. Bless you.
Well, Brad's leaving.
So what I was gonna say is when you left, he's like, remember my mouth was numb that day? I go, yeah. He goes, all I ate was Heath bars. I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
My mouth went numb for a different podcast appearance, and like up here, and I'm like, was it an allergic reaction? Chuck's like, might be a nerve thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
sure, I
Sure.
guess so. But to me, that trying to figure out the cause of a mysterious medical malady
bodies-
seems normal.
Bodies are a complex
wonderland.
organism,
I've heard that
and they
song.
are a wonderland. I've heard that from Dr. Mayer,
yeah.
and who is not the
This
same.
body is an abandoned amusement park.
Well, and to be clear,
Scooby Doo and his gang are like, nope.
I
Dr.
hated
Mayer,
that roller coaster.
Dr. Mayer is not that guy that we know from that show who's a mayor doctor.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
a different
yeah,
person.
yeah,
He's in a
exactly.
reality show on TLC.
Yeah, Mayor
the
Doctor.
mayor doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always pulling keys to the city out of people. And please,
But also,
please, my
Please,
prostate
please.
is so swollen.
it's actually master mayor doctor because then he puts the keys into other people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that. And where were we?
My mouth is numb.
Yeah.
Numb mouth.
Yeah.
Right. Did you make out with a dentist?
No, not that day.
Okay.
That'd be good.
Did you eat Novocaine?
Again, I don't think so, but I used it as a as chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
You know what? Now I see it.
That'll do it. Yeah, the sleep thing is weird. I don't know what's going on with my own brain right now.
Right.
Today feels very strange. I feel
Yes.
like this is all a fever dream.
It
I'm
is.
not 100% sure you're real. Or maybe I'm not real.
I mean, one of the three of us, at least, is not real.
Gotta be me.
See, it's always Chuck's
gotta be me.
catchphrase.
Why
It's gotta
would
be me.
why would our psyches make you up?
That's true. That is true. He's like, you know what he's like? He's like a fucking childish Tyler Durden. He's a Tyler Durden who never ever grew up. He's the Peter Pan of Tyler Durden.
Yeah.
He's a perverted drop dead Fred.
Ooh. A Peter Pan, Tyler Durden, perverted,
Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah.
What did
He's-
Drop Dead Fred do?
Oh,
He
I
was
have
just
no idea.
insane and was chaos. He was a chaotic presence in that Phoebe Cates' life.
What did he do? He's like, take your tits out of this movie.
No.
That's what I think about when I think of her. Cats, Kate?
Phoebe,
right?
Yeah, that was Fast
Phoebe
Time.
Kate. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Is it
Fast
Cats?
Time. Kate.
Kate's.
I think it's Cats.
Cates.
Yeah, Phoebe
I don't know how
Cates,
it's pronounced. I just know how it's spelled.
Yeah, she did bear her bosom.
I feel like that's a famous scene.
It is a famous scene.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
And Judge Reinhold's like, oh, what do I do? You know what I mean? What does he do now?
I don't know.
Does he have a reality show where he's a judge?
That was on the Clerks cartoon.
Oh, it was in
Yeah.
the Clerks cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Drop Dead Fred, he was just a guy. Well, now I'm seriously answering your question.
Well, is he like Beetlejuice? That's all I always get the idea.
No,
he's
he was a childhood imaginary friend
Yeah.
Oh.
of Phoebe Cates' coats, and later comes back.
Right.
And she was like, "No, he's real. He's real." And the movie kind of is kind of saying like he'll hop around to different people's imaginary friend, which makes me think this man's a demon,
Yeah.
right? Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a scary guy.
Okay.
And he's always causing a lot of trouble because she's very buttoned up, and it's like, hey, you got to chill.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking, and I think that
in that case, maybe Chuck is Drop Dead Fred, and I'm the buttoned up one that has
Yeah, but
to chill.
instead of Drop Dead Fred being like, let's set the banister on fire,
Right.
He's more like, let's go to Chuck E. Cheese and actually get erections.
Okay.
Not from the children. We'll be talking about adult women and
Yeah.
get erections
and cheese pizza
in a Chuck E. Cheese.
and video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I say this? And I know people are going to think I'm being egotistical. I'm not. You know,
Wait, can we jim the camera real quick?
you know what's funny? you know 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now that I work with Drew Barrymore, can we play
Worked.
6 Degrees of Chuck Staton and it would just work?
Oh no.
I think it would work.
That's not egotistical.
Try one.
That's
Christopher
not
Lee.
egotistical.
Try one.
Christopher Lee. Wasn't he?
Oh God.
Saruman in the Lord
Yes,
of the Rings?
he was.
Yeah.
I don't know
was,
who that
yeah.
is.
He at one point
Right,
there was
yeah.
a
Pick
study
guy that
that
everyone knows.
Christopher.
From the prequels, he's Count Dooku, an amazing actor, and then
Yeah.
George Lucas was just like, "What if your name was Count Dooku?" Christopher Lee
Ray-
had to be like,
I
"Yes,
can't play with this game with a person I don't know.
Ray,
Okay, pick
Ray
a
has
different
now done George Lucas impressions on
on
more than
everyone."
half
And you know
of
what's
the
weird?
Funbearable
Like,
episodes.
I do not have that
Yeah.
deep of
Yeah.
a Star Wars thing
Yeah.
for myself. I just love the idea of Lucas.
Oh, yeah.
George
That-
Lucas
all right,
is
all right. He has a killer voice.
You know,
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon to Chuck Staton. How do
Kevin
we get from
Bacon.
Kevin Bacon to Chuck Staton? There should
Okay.
be 6 degrees in some form or fashion.
All right, 6 Degrees. Kevin Bacon.
And you can't do court appearances either.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon and Chuck Staton. Kevin Bacon.
This is the most egotistical.
Hold on,
thing
yeah.
I've ever seen.
What do you mean?
Ever.
Why?
Because I worked with one famous person, I think you can connect me with every single famous person in the whole wide world.
I just think that Drew Barrymore is a funny one because she's in so many things with so many people.
I mean, she's been in stuff.
She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
I bet we could do
So
Kevin
do it.
Bacon. I don't know. Okay.
So do it, you fucking bitch.
Okay, so Kevin Bacon was in Wild Things with Matt Dillon.
Of course he would pick Wild Things, right?
And Matt Dillon was in a movie with Ben Stiller because of Something About Mary. Was Ben
That's
Stiller
the name of the Because of Something About Mary.
And then was Ben Stiller in a Drew Barrymore movie?
I don't. You're the one
Yeah,
playing
you're
this
the one
game.
doing that.
Ben Stiller.
Oh shit! You know what I just realized? I can do it.
Yeah, you can do it.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start.
I think I could do it with anybody.
Okay, so we got Kevin Bacon, Wild Things, Matt Dillon to Ben Stiller in Something About Mary.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller to Adam Sandler in Happy Gilmore. Ben Stiller played
I forgot
the
the orderly,
attendant
yeah.
at the orderly.
I forgot
yeah.
all about the orderly.
Adam Sandler, 51st Dates,
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore.
So we did
Drew
it.
Barrymore, Chuck Staton.
Chuck
Drew
Stayton.
sorry.
That's the most important
Drew
one.
Barrymore doing a thing, Chuck Stayton on the other side of the camera. You're right. Yes.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Well, his hyena laugh echoing around
Right.
and
Yeah.
affecting the
And
camera.
then the frame, like if this is the frame of whatever Chuck is shooting, Chuck is always just like
Well, I also have Kevin.
peeking in on the side of the frame. Am I in it? Am I in it?
I have
Me? Okay, I guess I'll come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have Kevin Smith too and Mike Birbiglia.
Sure.
Those, so like, you know.
Are we like laying out like
Oh, Mike Birbiglia in Going the Distance with Drew Barrymore. Wait, they're both connected to me. That doesn't make I was like, why am I doing this?
Chuck
This
Staton is connected to Chuck Staton, guys.
And listen, I know Blue Chew is a wonderful sponsor of this podcast.
Yeah.
And Blue Chew is a fantastic natural
Male enhancement.
well, it's not natural. It's not male enhancement.
It enhances.
It gives you rigidity.
Are you going to say that's not an enhancement?
That's an enhancement for me.
Okay. Okay, fine. An enhancement. I think enhancement says like
Yeah,
it's going to be bigger, right?
Yeah.
But no, it's not going to be bigger. It's just going to be tiny and angry for you. And
If it's already tiny.
yeah, for you. And so I like how you're like, and you can take or use Blue Chew in order to
Enhance.
acquire that ability.
Yeah.
Right? Enhance yourself in that way. For Chuck, it's really just playing this game. That's what works for Chuck.
Six
this is
degrees of
Chuck's
Chuck
Blue
Staton.
Chew.
Blue
I
Chew.
love playing
Yeah.
6 Degrees of Chuck. This is something we
I
should
know
do
you
every
love
episode.
it. For the whole episode.
No, every episode.
Yeah, we'll get a whiteboard.
Try to pick another person. Let's see if I can do it. You gotta pick a famous.
It's exhausting. I'm already so tired. Now I'm ready to go take a nap. I really am.
Make him famous.
Sound. Daisy Ridley.
I don't know what these people are.
That's another
good
Star
one.
Wars.
Star Wars
person.
guy?
Yeah, she was Rey.
She was Ray.
Yeah.
Ray.
She was in Murder on the Orient Express. A lot of actors in there.
Well, I probably would go Harrison Ford. Right? 'Cause
Okay.
She was in Star Wars.
Get off my train.
Yep.
Get off my train.
Murder on the Orient Express.
No ticket.
Yeah.
So Harrison Ford. Well, how about this? What's the girl's name? Daisy Ridley.
Yes.
Carrie Fisher.
Okay.
Carrie Fisher's in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yep.
With Kevin Smith, Chuck Stayton.
All right. We did it. This game.
Oh, my eyes. I'm too tired and my eyes will actually roll out of my head. I'm worried about that. I'm going to have surgery.
You're just
for that.
mad. Well, you're almost. You can
No,
play.
not mad. Just ugh, you know what I mean?
We're still. You know what? You're still in the 6 degrees.
I don't.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ray.
You don't. I don't need to. I don't need that. I'm okay. I'm really okay. Let me ask you this. Let's pivot from naps and egos. I want.
I don't know that we're ever going to pivot fully away from egos.
No. It'll follow.
Yeah.
It follows. It was originally about Chuck Staton.
Yes.
Following people, being like, "No, let me tell you about who I've worked with." And the girl's like, she's all mangled up because she did it to herself.
If you have sex with him, he goes away.
That's what he says. But I'm like the Ring.
I'm a human. The Ring.
Hi. I love that the video starts and it's just Chuck. You gotta text me. Oh no.
I live in a well.
Yeah.
You gotta have sex with me if you want me to go away.
I'm all wet from the waist down because I live in a well.
Careful, I'm gonna
Hi.
crawl out of your TV.
Have you ever seen E.T.? Because I know.
Drew Barrymore, Chuck
Yeah,
Stayton.
I know E.T. now. I basically know E.T.
I'm 2 degrees from E.T.
Yeah. And all of them.
What is he talking about? What does he mean by 2 degrees?
I'm basically best friends with everybody from Happy Madison. Hi, I'm Chuck Stayton. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
Oh, God, I've already seen it. I have 7 days.
Yeah. You turn around and then the girl that started it, she's dead in the closet like in the beginning of The Ring. Oh, man.
It's just from me having sex with her.
Why does everything have to come back to you sexing?
I did an autopsy, and it looks like this woman died of shame.
And slight boredom?
Yes.
6 degrees of Chuck
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't know it was so possible for someone to feel so much shame for another person. The shame overflowed. It spilled into her. She couldn't take it. She died. And all of her bones broke.
Where did you... Where did you say you were a coroner for again?
So scared. It scared. That scene scared the shit out of me when I saw.
my God,
when they
it was
opened the closet, I don't want this.
I can't tell you about the ring. I already told you. I'll tell you again. One time.
I already told you, but I'll tell you again. You're like a lounge guy. You just had like a character from the 70s. Like you got big collar, and you're just like, I already told you, but I'll tell you again. One time. You remember this part, right?
Do you know about the city that never sleeps? I know I've already told you. I'll tell you one more time. Start spreading the news.
I basically know everybody on Broadway. Let me tell you why.
No, my old friend Tom used to work at Strawberries, and they would get free movie tickets, and he was like, "Do you want to go see this movie, The Ring?"
Yeah.
And they set up a free preview screening, but they had moved the movie back 6 months, so commercials hadn't been airing. I don't know why they moved it back, but they still had this free preview screening.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Do you want to go see this movie, The Ring?" And I'm like, "What is it?" He's like, "I don't know. I think it might be like a romantic comedy, like a wedding ring."
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." We walked in. So
When are they gonna get married?
well, here's what's funny. What's really funny is going to see a horror movie in the context of you think it's supposed to be a comedy.
And as it starts, you're like,
I know. Well, I think The Ring kind of starts, and maybe I'm wrong because I don't remember. I haven't watched it in a while. Maybe it starts with like a younger girl on the phone. That's the girl in the closet.
yeah.
So like I'm like,
And R. Kelly's there
yes, right.
in the closet.
Yep. But like,
There's a creepy girl in the closet.
but The Ring scared the fuck out of me because I
Yeah.
was primed for a romantic comedy, and I was throwing the girl in the closet.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then you leaned over to your friend when the ring girl came out. And she's crawling out of the TV and her hair's all hanging in front of her. And you're like, when are they going to do the makeover? And then she's pretty. When are they going to? She's all that, this woman.
It's a Paramore song playing in the background.
She's just got greasy hair. That's all. Right? They make her real pretty. Oh, now we're just turning it into a not another scary movie type thing.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. I'm so tired.
We're
It's
pivoting.
getting hotter.
We were pivoting. That's what we were doing. Yes.
Jeremy-
I like
pivot.
that I don't know if the viewer, if you're watching this and not listening at this, or no, was it watching at?
Watching it.
Watching at. Call back from something so far ago. You can see us all start to slightly glisten because
Yes.
it's hot in here. The
It
air
is.
conditioning has been shut off. They are sweating us out.
They're
They want us out.
They're
They shut off the
fumigating.
heat.
They're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't tell those guys.
you guys are pests.
They hear the laughter. They hear Chuck's laughter, and they're like, "Oh my God, they're screaming! they're
screaming for
suffering.
help.
Yeah, they need
they're torturing a raccoon in that room.
Let it happen. It's better this way.
It's nature.
Nurture." Let me ask you this: Brad and I were having a conversation off mic,
Yes.
which we try not to do.
No.
And this topic came up, and I thought it was a good topic to bring to the podcast. And I know we've already been casting some pod, but I want to ask this question because I think there's value here. We've talked about naps.
Naps.
Let's move on to something a little more engaging.
Okay.
Mopeds.
You've been pushing mopeds. You love a moped.
That's the wrong way to do it. You're supposed to ride it.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't push it.
Yeah, yeah.
No, a moped went by when we were at the Comedy Connection, the Rhode
Yes.
Island Comedy Connection. We were outside. A moped went by or was parked, and I was like, "Oh, look at that moped."
Yeah.
I like a moped. Can I say right now, 6'7". I already brought this up. I'm 6'7". I'm a big guy. I like a moped. I wish I was a small man so I could ride a moped.
Can I ask a
That's
question?
one of my wishes.
I got an important question about it.
That's one of my monkey paws. That he'll make me so small, and then he'll make all the mopeds too big.
I was gonna say, yeah, the monkey
and I
paw.
won't reach the bottom.
You never want to wish on a monkey paw, right?
No.
Is that the
Guys,
world?
don't do it. Not worth it.
What do you think? You think I could? I could. Get
I used to be short, so I asked to be a little taller.
Yeah.
This is what happened.
Can I? You think I could best the monkey paw?
I think you.
No.
I think I can.
I
best
think
the
you get an
monkey
army of lawyers.
Yes,
I really
me too.
draft that wish.
I think
Yeah.
I could draft a wish, and I could best the monkey.
This was a
farm.
recent episode of What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh,
where
what?
there was a genie.
Yeah.
and it was like, no, don't do it because the genie's going to do different things. He's gonna mess with you on this. You're gonna ask for this thing, and then all this other stuff's gonna happen, right?
Right.
And one of the characters wants to ask for or wish for a larger penis. And he's like, don't do it. You know, you got to think about this because he probably won't even make your penis any bigger. He'll just make every other man's too small.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
okay,
And it's
yeah.
like, oh no, you know, that kind of thing. And the entire episode is them going through every possible scenario, like lawyers flipping through
Right.
pages of stuff.
wow.
And it can't be this. It has to be a human penis. Right. Like all these things.
That's funny.
yeah. It's a good show. It's very funny.
I know. I heard it's really good.
But yeah, it's fantastic.
I think I'm still in season 3. I'm working my way back.
Yeah.
Sal Volcano was on it.
Yeah, that's right. He was in
Only
the
2
latest
degrees
episode. I
away
liked
from
it.
me.
Yeah, okay. All right. And now the rest of the What We Do in the Shadows people.
3 degrees.
3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Ray.
You
4.
you probably have them in your phone.
Yeah, I might.
You call Matt
I'll
call Matt
check.
Berry right now.
I'll check.
Yeah. Hello.
7 days.
This
What?
is Matt Berry. Oh my God, Matt Berry in the ring. You have 7 days. I'm going to murder you. Yeah, that's fun.
I have never mopeded.
Cole, this is my question.
I
had a
love
real
a
question.
moped.
I had a real question.
Tell me your real question.
Difference between a motorcycle and a moped. I know there is.
Embarrassment.
Okay.
Level of cool.
Yeah.
Well, there has to be a real. What's the difference?
So a moped, I believe the difference is, I think
It's a
for
pedal?
it to be a
It's a
moped,
pedal, a
no,
moped?
you don't have to pedal every moped. Not every moped needs a pedal.
Right.
Moped.
Then there's the question of like, is a scooter a moped?
Right.
The world will never know.
No.
Motion via pedal. Oh, wait, then bicycles would be mopeds.
I've always pronounced it moped because you're sad.
Yeah.
You're happy on a moped.
Brad moped around his apartment.
I'm happed. I'm happed all the time.
Yeah.
But I think it's the engine is like under the seat or behind the seat in or no, I guess it's in the same place. It's just smaller. Anyway, I don't know the difference, but it's like porn. You know it when you see it.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, according to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Edwin Meese, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
And he's into some fucked up stuff.
Oh yeah.
He's into moped porn.
How does that?
Women on mopeds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ed Gein.
Not like a guy in
And
a.
that's a different person. Ed Gein?
Supreme Court.
No.
Justice? Do you mean Justice Gein?
He was not
Imagine-
Ed Gein on the Supreme Court. Well, I just want to love my mother and kill people. I don't know what to tell you. Is that so wrong? Yes.
I think we should do a crazy thing once in a while. Like Supreme Court made up of all murders. Like they're just once. Just for like a year. And
A
just see what
year?
rules come out of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
what do you think about that?
You know
At
what?
this point,
I'm in. Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah.
What else can happen? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? At this point, fine. At this point, let's have every person be the Supreme Court one day a year.
Okay. Ed
Everybody,
Gein,
you pull a lottery.
the Ring Girl, Pennywise.
Okay. One of them is real.
Yes.
They're different.
Yeah.
There's a fish one. Someone's named Alfred Fish.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Albert Fish, I think.
Albert Fish.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he was also a
Are
serial
you
killer.
thinking of
some
the
sort.
actor Albert Finney?
That possible. Ooh, a fish called Wanda. Oh,
That's what. Oh,
Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yeah,
Chuck
Jamie Lee
Staton.
Curtis. Go.
Let's see. Jamie Lee Curtis
I-
is in Halloween with Michael Myers.
right.
No.
That is a character in the film.
Yeah. Let me think. Hold on.
Was
hold
Matt
on.
Dillon in Scream?
No. Matthew Lillard was in Scream.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard.
Oh, Scream opens it.
Yeah.
Who we get to? Who are we doing it from? Albert Fish?
No, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
I mean, 3 names. That is a serial killer.
Yeah, that's true.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah. If you didn't know Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Because Jamie is a
Gender neutral
a
name.
gender neutral thing.
Yeah.
Name. A gender neutral name.
Yep.
If you heard Jamie Lee Curtis, you'd be like, yeah, assassin.
Yeah.
Tried to kill the president.
Yep.
So Bill
Mopeds.
Cosby, go.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, the club that they're in.
Yeah. So mopeds, though, I really do like mopeds. I love a moped. I want to ride a moped. This is the problem. I've ridden a moped.
Right.
I had one when I was in like the tail end of high school.
Oh, you had one?
I bought like a used moped from
How
a
much?
kid I knew. I got it for like $40.
Wow.
It was awesome.
Now that's a deal.
yeah, and I mean, this thing
That's
was a piece of shit.
A steal of a deal.
It was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, it was such a good deal. And so I
God,
rode
I'll
that thing
I could make a meal out of that.
into dirt, and then I sold it for like $100.
Perfect.
Right? It was great. It was a wonderful experience. And then
I want a moped.
I went to.
Maybe I could use some of my stupid money.
I want a
There you go.
$40 moped.
Oh man, not worth it.
I almost bought a moped that was like $400, brand new from the like dealer. They
Yeah,
were
the
selling it
moped
at-
dealer. Yep.
Yeah.
and it was like bright pink, and all the other ones
Do it.
were $800.
Yeah.
It was half off because no one wanted the bright pink one.
And here's my story, right?
Oh.
So I went to Chincoteague Island in Virginia.
Sounds fake.
It does.
Racist.
It is it's an island in Virginia,
South Pacific.
and they have wild horses on the island. It's very
Ooh,
bucolic, right?
okay, yep.
But it's very beachy.
Yep.
Colic.
And you go over a bridge, and then the road is just a big T for the
Okay.
island, and they rent mopeds.
Big T.
And so I knew we're going there.
Iced tea.
I am getting these mopeds. I'm going to ride a moped.
Right.
My wife and I went. This was, I believe, I can't remember if we were married yet. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Right.
We had friends coming, and so we drove down. We did the thing, and I got a moped.
Yeah.
My best friend was like, I'm not getting a moped. And then he saw me on the moped. He's like, I got to get this moped. So then some more people came. They got some mopeds, right?
Yeah.
And we had our own
Gang.
We were
Yeah.
a moped gang.
How many?
The jackets.
5?
There were about 5 or 6.
Right.
I think 6. And
Your leather jackets just had the name of the moped rental agency on the back.
no, we named ourselves the Pony Death Squad.
Oh, okay.
Because of the wild horses.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, so were you?
We were PDS. We were the
were
Pony
you-
Death Squad.
Were you killing ponies?
No, we were the ponies that are the Death Squad.
Oh,
Yes. And we're
Brony.
ponies because they're not horses, because they're mopeds, not full bikes.
all right.
You
all right.
understand?
Yeah, I'm on board
This is
now. It
all
just
clear.
sounded like
this
you
is
were
all
killing
the stuff I
ponies.
described to the leather worker.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
The leather man
Yes.
that did the leather.
Yeah.
For the jackets.
Ooh,
the
Leatherface.
vests. No,
Leatherface
don't do
to
this. No
Halloween.
more. No more. So we
Jessica Biel.
we drove these mopeds, rode these mopeds around, and I loved every second of it.
Sandler. Jessica
It
Biel to
was so
Sandler.
fun
Chuck and
to
Larry.
wake up every morning in this beach house and just be like, "Yep." Go out to the moped that was parked under a tree, grab the moped, and just go for the rest of the day. I was so sunburned, and I loved every second. Hold on. So the moped died, right? The one they gave me, it died, not because I'm fat. There was a starter problem on it. So we brought it back to the rental agency on the second day of our week.
Right.
And I said, this thing is broken. He's like, sure, take your pick. You can have any of the other ones, right? And I went, great. And they're all the same. They're just different colors.
Yeah.
They had one out by the window, and it was completely different. And it was more decked out.
Okay.
Cool.
And it was pink.
Yep.
And it had like a leather seat with fringe on it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes.
This thing was ridiculous.
That's what I
It
want.
was
Oh,
the
no.
one that had like their logo and their website and phone number. And I went, I want that one. And he's like, that's just our display one. We put that outside and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, but I want that one. And I managed to talk him into it.
Wow, that's great.
And he gave me that one. And for the rest of the week, I rode around on this pink moped that was just a little faster than the others.
Yes.
But
Nice.
with my weight on it, it matched speed.
Perfect.
Right?
Good.
And I was just so happy because I was in a place I didn't know anyone.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was with a group of people that I did know. And we just rode around this island, and I'm just honking the horn at
Yeah,
everybody.
honk
I'm
it.
like, this is who I am. I'm
Yeah.
on this pink moped.
I'm a
And I
PDS.
live my fucking life,
Yeah.
right?
PDS.
Pony Death Squad till I die.
Yes.
We got in a fight. Ooh. Not so much a fight.
Between each other or a new?
There was a jog by slapping. That
Oh, okay.
Ooh, he slapped or you slapped?
Well, we were riding.
Right.
I see people, I honk. You
Yep.
see other mopes, you honk at the mopes.
Yep.
Look at the mope.
You honk at the mopes. Hey, oh, hey, we're idiots too, right?
Yeah.
Like
Right,
doing
yeah,
that
of
kind of
course.
thing. And then you see other people, you honk. There was a jogger. The jogger was jogging all over the island.
Had his
I see him, I honk, hey, and I'm doing it because look at me, isn't this ridiculous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not bothering anyone.
No.
Yeah.
And then we see him later. I honk again, like, hey, it's you again in
Hey,
a different
yeah,
place.
yeah.
He sees us a third time. He's jogging, coming this way.
Right.
I'm in the middle. My friend Jello is in front.
Right.
And my other friend is behind us, and we're the three of us riding down the road. And the jogger splits off the sidewalk and starts running towards us. And I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't have time to think,
Right.
right? And he is immediately in front of us where we all have to slam on our brakes
Right.
and stop. And, we almost fall off our bikes. The guy runs by and he slaps, full open palm slaps my friend Jello in the face. And he's running by and he's coming to do it to me. I block it. He goes by, he tries to do it to my friend Darren behind us. He blocks his too, because we knew.
Yeah.
For Jello,
Yes.
he's just like, hey, what's up? Bam! Right? And the guy keeps running. And we're like, what the fuck is this about? And he was like, you fucking assholes. And he was pissed.
Yeah.
Like, he thought we were honking at him being mean to him.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we're honking at everybody. Look at
We're
me.
having a honkster.
I'm
Yeah.
a morbidly obese man on a little pink bike.
It's a honk day.
Funny.
This isn't funny.
It's a honk day.
Yeah, you just saw something whimsical.
Right.
You saw magic in your life.
know what?
Don't slap
You
me.
saw a funny thing, and I'm basically saying, like, I know I'm funny.
I know I'm a funny.
I know I'm a
Yeah.
funny. And that's good. We're having fun.
He slapped a double rainbow. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
not
that's how it
cool.
feels.
I hate it.
Jello was so mad.
Oh,
And
I understand.
He's
I'd be
got
mad.
anger.
I don't-
He's got anger up to his eyes.
I mean, who
you
doesn't
know?
get mad when you get slapped in the face?
He's just generally angry, but he was so mad and fuming. I've never seen such an angry
Jello.
man on
On a
a moped,
yeah.
right? And I'm ready to throw down because this man has slapped my friend and
Right.
tried to slap me.
Simple battery, yes.
And I'm ready to chase after the guy. And in my head, I genuinely thought, I'm in flip-flops. I was in flops.
Yeah.
I was in the Sandy Boys. I was in those flops because we
Yeah.
were
Yep.
having beach times.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't get in a fight in flip-flops. I really cannot get in a fight
Yeah,
with
no
flip-flops.
flip-flops. Right.
Yeah. And I was genuinely like, I was truly trying to think about what I would do. And I'm like, well, if we catch up to him, I can't just lay the bike down.
Right.
Because this is a rental and I don't want to pay for that. I
Yeah.
would have to pay for the damages
Yeah.
or scratching it or whatever. So we would have to roll up and then be fuming mad and then put our bikes on our kickstands,
Yep.
take the flip-flops off, and then be like, all right, now let's fight.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It
You
is.
can't do it.
Yeah.
That's when I realized there was a flaw in the Pony Death Squad.
Yeah.
Flip-flop flaw.
I think flops are the flaw.
Yeah.
I think shoes. And we did go home and I put shoes on.
Just in case.
Just in case we saw him again. And we did drive around a little bit looking for him. We never found the jogger again.
Yeah. No, and no one else did either.
No.
And I'll say this. Can I
And
say?
the ponies ate well that night. Always.
No.
But yeah, you feed them to the horses.
Yes.
Yeah. And they're wild.
Oh, yeah.
They cannot be tamed. They've tasted human flesh.
Yes.
I'd like to say.
Yeah.
So I have a moped experience that's not very eventful.
Okay.
Which is just that I went
Did
to.
you break your hymen on a moped?
So I went to Martha's Vineyard.
It was
with my
someone.
family.
It was someone's hymen.
Yeah.
I went to Martha's Vineyard with my family. You ever?
Ooh, must be nice.
You ever go to Martha's Vineyard?
No.
Martha?
No.
Finn?
Nope.
Yard? So I went there and it was like, they were like, oh, we got a house in Martha's Vineyard. I'm like, cool.
Must be nice.
Went into the hotel room.
Must be nice.
I'm like, oh, there's no air conditioning here? It's like August in Martha's Vineyard. The air conditioning was on, but it was just super weak and small and shitty. And I was like overheating. Took off all my clothes, got naked again. My ex-girlfriend's there, Alyssa.
Yep.
Opened the fridge and the freezer. I'm turning them down to cool the room. What's wrong with that?
A lot. There's a lot of things wrong with
What
that.
do you mean? What?
That's why.
man.
That's why sea levels are rising.
That's why climate change
Yeah.
is a problem. Because this idiot's like, it's hot in here. I got to open the fridge.
What do you mean?
That's not how it works.
What are you talking about?
That will not cool the room.
Think about this.
I
A
have.
freezer. Freezer is essentially a small room. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that? Come on. Agree with me.
No, I know. I like what a weird argument to have where you're going, come on, agree with me. Come on, agree with me.
a freezer is
It's a small
essentially
room.
a small room.
And a refrigerator
Can
is
we agree on that?
and a refrigerator is a slightly larger small room.
Yes.
So anyway.
Of
The
course.
oven is a room.
So-
I mean, basically, the kitchen is a 5-room apartment.
Oh, check out these rooms up here.
Yeah.
I keep my glasses and mugs in this
So-
The
room.
sink. Oh, you mean the indoor pool? Isn't a sink just a small tub? Isn't it? And isn't a tub a small pool?
Those are
Your
completely
Honor.
right.
Your Honor.
So I'm turning the freezer down, turning the fridge.
It's just, that's so bad. I would get mad at you for doing that just based on the idea of like being horrible for.
It's been like 12 years and I'm mad.
Yeah.
So anyway,
It's just horrible for the environment to be like, oh, you know what I got to do?
is it that bad?
Yes.
Who cares? What's happening to the environment in terms of my freezing?
As we sweat in a room.
No, but I mean in terms of what I've done with a freezer, why does that affect the environment?
What I do with my freezer is my business.
You know what? It is hot in here. I'm going to go ask someone out there to
If they
just
can
open their
yeah.
freezer.
You know what's hot? We could have them turn the air conditioning on, or we could just ask for a mini fridge.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Which the freezer of a mini fridge is
a
an
really
extremely small room.
Yeah.
It's more of a closet.
Yeah.
so anyway,
If you
jeez.
think about it, the fridge in the freezer in a mini fridge is like the closet of the mini fridge.
Yes.
It's the glove box.
Yeah.
an air conditioner is basically a freezer with a fan on it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why you can put meat there.
Meat there. But anyway,
Just leave it there.
So
All right.
it's not even part of the
So
story.
you're naked.
Yeah, get to the moped.
I'm just very
You're naked.
I'm
You're
naked.
opening up refrigerators.
You've got ice in places that
naked.
shouldn't
Yeah.
go.
In this episode, naked twice already.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And you're loving it.
yeah.
I'm naked. I'm hanging out with Kevin Bacon.
So anyway,
My bacon is dangling.
it's too hot. Get the moped. And it's not eventful, but I will say, on Martha's Vineyard, they're like, "Hey, you want to rent a moped?" And you're like, "Sure." And you show them your license,
Yeah.
credit card.
Yeah.
Then they're like, "Get on the moped," and you get on. They go like throttle, and you go okay. And they're
Yeah.
like brake, like okay. And they're like go 10 feet, and you're like okay. And they're
Same
like,
thing.
they're like,
Same thing
See you
with me.
later, and they walk away.
Yeah, yeah.
But
and then
here's the
you're
thing.
left there. And I remember when I started, I was like, okay.
Me too.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: on Martha's Vineyard, there's kind of like if people don't know, it's an island in Massachusetts.
If you're poor,
It's an island in Massachusetts, but it's a legit island, and there's very few roads.
yeah.
So you have
it's
to
no,
go.
It's no fancified peninsula.
Exactly.
This is an island.
This is an island. You have to go on the like highway. So I can't go like 70 on a moped.
Yeah.
I was going 40 miles an hour on a moped on a highway.
Sure.
With my girlfriend on my
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So that was
Riding
frightening.
pillion.
That was
Yeah.
really frightening. I was very scared,
That's
very
a lot.
nervous.
That's a lot.
Okay, that's uneventful. Everything was fine. Here's where I'm going to relate to you.
Okay.
We live in Rhode Island. I live there half the time.
Yeah.
And in Bristol, Rhode Island, right near Colt State Park, which is a huge state park,
Yep.
there's a downtown Bristol where they rent electric bikes.
It's not a moped.
Electric bike.
I
What's
need
the
it to be a
difference?
moped.
Anyway, regardless,
The moped is gas powered.
this is electric. It's better for the environment. Now the tables are turning.
Where are you getting that
Al Gore.
nickel cadmium? Hmm?
Al Gore was in Team America.
I don't know that was actually Al Gore.
So anyway,
I feel like all celebrity voices were
So-
impersonated.
I didn't see any warnings about that.
Okay.
Christopher Reeves was in the same hospital as John Wayne.
You're gonna tell me you played 6 Degrees of Chuck Staton with your wife and you had a lot of fun. I know, I could tell.
Is that in
it's a
my
fun
divorce
game.
trial? Or?
No. So anyway, in electric bikes in
Yeah.
Bristol, Rhode Island, you can rent them,
Yeah.
and they have a throttle, or they have a thing that's called pedal assist, where you just pedal. You don't have to use the throttle whatsoever.
Right, yeah.
But it just propels you like crazy.
Yeah.
And you can pick up different settings. I go do that once in a while in the summer. Brad's done
Yeah.
it with me. I fucking whip around Colt State Park in downtown Bristol, and it's like the funnest thing in the whole world. We go all along the surf in Colt State Park because it's
Yep.
right on the water,
Yeah.
all along the beaches, through the grass.
Love it.
And it's like the most. I tell people about this, and I say, you cannot understand how much fun it is unless you are on it and doing it.
Yeah.
It's something you can't.
That's what I say about sleeping with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless
It
you're
doesn't
on
look-
it and doing it.
It doesn't
Right,
look great
right.
from afar.
Nope.
But it's fun.
It's fun. It's like a moped.
It's like
Yeah.
a moped.
It's a lot. Oh no, that's like an old shitty bumper sticker.
Yeah.
There's
It's like
an
a
old-
moped where it's like a lot of fun, but it's you're embarrassed when your friends see
Yeah,
you or
Yeah.
something
it's
like that.
it's a.
Is that American
is
Pie?
It, is it
It's- it's a-
Dane Cook?
It's a fat phobic joke. I
It
know
is.
that.
I think
Yeah.
it's a Dane Cook joke or something.
Is there a phobia for fats now? Can you
Yeah.
be fat phobic?
Yeah.
You know about fat phobia?
I don't. I mean, I've experienced it, but I don't.
Fat phobic is
How?
like a huge thing.
Damn.
Lizzo?
Is there like a
Lizzo? Who else?
what do you
is
think? Is
fucking-
there like a grant that I can get or something like that?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I've experienced fat phobia in my life. Do I get a grant?
What's
Hey,
the
you know-
fatphobic? The horse?
All of everybody.
So
They've all been fat phobic. to me.
fatphobic is like it applies to Meghan Trainor, Lizzo. Isn't there someone else?
Oh, this is for heavyset women.
I bet it's for everybody.
I think it's
No,
for
because
everybody.
that's true. Because I've often thought this, like in movies and television and stuff, there has been talk of representation of heavyset people, but it's always surrounding women. And then men, like in sitcoms, it's like, oh, isn't it nice that it's a heavy woman that's
Right.
in that show? And then the guys are just fat idiots.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, it's fun because he's a fat idiot.
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm like,
funny.
oh, okay. And notice you can say about a man, you can go, he's a fat man, but you can't say a fat woman.
I
That's-
think
that's different. Am I turning a little too like Adam Carolla?
No,
over here or
I think
something?
I've seen it play out that way,
No, your teeth have
where
to be more separated.
Married with Children
But equal.
has, many years later, Married with Children has been
Yeah.
brought under fire because Al Bundy, the character, made fat phobic comments about the women who would come into his shoe shop. Also a difficult phrase to say.
Shoe shop.
Or
Shoe shine shop.
on How I Met Your Mother, Barney, the womanizer character, made these
Yeah,
fat
yeah.
phobic comments. So I've heard the phrase like since
Fat
How I Met Your
phobic.
Mother was on the air.
But
So-
never about men.
I don't know that I've really heard it about men.
No, because also when a woman like owns her body,
Her fat.
no, her body.
No, yeah,
just
exactly.
her body. When
Yeah.
she owns her body and she's like fine with it, and maybe wears something really beautiful
Right.
to an event or hosting SNL or doing something. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, look at her. She's brave.
Yeah.
And she's doing her big is beautiful and all that stuff. And then dudes, it's just like a slightly overweight guy.
Yep.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio, like dad bod and stuff
Right.
like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
It's
and then
tough.
you see, like nobody's ever like that heavy man is brave.
Can I give
How about
you-
this real quick? If we're talking about like diversity and representation for fat people, I think it's insane. It's insane in this culture. I won't say woke because I don't believe in the word. The word has been overused so much it doesn't mean anything anymore. But in this culture of discussing these things, right? Diversity and representation.
Yes.
And fat phobic being a word, which is insane. This Is Us, the most popular network primetime drama.
Right.
You have a woman who is heavy. You have a heavyset woman, and that's brave to show that, right?
Yeah.
And then you have a man in that relationship who is in a fat suit.
Is that true?
Yes, he's in a fucking fat suit.
Who is? I don't even know about this show. I mean, I know This Is Us,
yeah.
but I
There's
don't
a
know
couple in the
the
show. There's
Yeah.
a heavyset
Okay.
woman and a heavyset man together in the show. There are a couple.
Why is he in a fat suit? Because they want him
The
to be
actor, there's supposed to be a fat couple, I guess,
Oh,
and they got
wow.
a fat woman, and they put a fucking like heavy guy, but in a fat suit.
Wow.
Like he's not fat
Right.
enough for the role.
Right.
As a fat guy,
Yeah.
I hear about that as a fat guy in like circling the industry. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like being a comedian and doing the things and doing the pilot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It's a
Yeah.
fucked up thing. It's
I
like,
think-
what the hell? And like nobody's flipping out. Like the man is in a fat suit. It's like, no, because it's okay. It's okay because he's a fat man.
I think that,
you know what I mean?
I think fat phobic is a real thing that's been going on for a long time.
Sure.
I think the body positivity movement has been going on for a long time. But I have seen a lot of criticism, and I'm not taking a side here. I have seen a lot of criticism where it's like I see women saying like, yeah, but they're not. They're saying that they're body positive, but they're taking the most beautiful, overweight women to represent overweight women in
Sure,
general.
sure,
And
yeah,
it's like this weird thing, and I think it's probably similar to that, where it's like a move towards it. So maybe they'll like fat guys in a couple of years.
Maybe. And look, I understand that, there's stuff that you can point to, like King of Queens is kind of the one that people poke the most fun at, where
Right.
it's like you have a fat guy with a skinny, attractive wife,
Right.
Yeah.
right? And it's like that's kind of the thing because back in the day you had the honeymooners,
Right.
Fat guy with a skinny, attractive wife, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And I get that idea and I understand, but at the same time,
I hate that idea. I think that is worse.
yeah,
But
but
I think that that's fat phobic.
my point is that when we see that stuff,
Yeah.
it's looked at as like he's a fat guy and he's a fat idiot.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm really sick of just seeing fat idiots. And when we did Undependent, we talked about this a little bit, this idea, because we struggled with like the representation thing because everybody in the thing was a fucking white guy. And unfortunately, because when we were shooting the thing, that's who was available and that's who came through. And we tried to cast differently. We cast that with diversity in mind.
Right.
We're not idiots, you know what I mean? And I had a specific person in mind for one of the characters, and they couldn't do it because they were shooting something else. And I jokingly said, like, I do think there is one form of diversity in the show, and that is that you have a fat guy who's not an idiot.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who's like
Yeah.
doing more like not leading man, but like lead
Lead
character kind of struggle.
Sure.
That you do not see. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that the fat phobic thing, I think it's funny because there's a lot of like newer stuff where it's like, you know, you shouldn't say the R word, right? I think
Restitution?
I think
It's also not new. It's been going on for
Yeah,
dozens of
yeah,
years,
yeah.
Chuck.
that's relatively new.
But it
in
just
that-
got
in
to
the-
Chuck.
in the scope of culture though.
Right.
He stuck his head out of the
I mean,
freezer
I
and
just-
went,
I saw-
I can't say that anymore?
I just saw a billboard yesterday that was like 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust. Like that was only like 70 years ago. So this billboard is not an overreaction. So I mean new in the terms of
Got it,
culture.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Thank God the rest of the sentence was there because I was like, who took that billboard out?
Yeah. So
Just one guy going, I just found out.
Did you guys hear about this?
Does everybody know this?
Did you guys hear
but
about
I think that the word, like a word like that, being like, okay, now this word is off limits to use,
Yeah.
or like kind of getting to that. I think that the word fat basically is similar and in that direction
Yeah.
in terms of like, you know, like I always think like the idea of using like a hateful slur is different than using, I'm going to say the word retard, because that word is not really used to represent like a group of people who hate this group of people and are going to drag them behind a car and kill them. That's where the power of slurs are, is that real violent, hateful people will have used them to bring people down. Well, let me finish. And then the like retard being mean, it's closer aligned, I think, with like fat, with like kind of mean words.
I disagree.
Yeah,
Why?
I'm with Brad on this.
I think it's a way of making a class of people sub
because-
people.
How is fat not that?
No, because
Oh, I didn't say it wasn't. I just
Yeah, you did, because I said it's similar, and so you're saying it's not similar. So I'm saying, how is it not like that?
I don't think it's there yet. I don't.
Oh no, I don't think it's there yet.
Yeah.
No,
can
not at all.
I say why?
Yes.
Because growing up, all through like elementary school, middle school, most of high school, when the R word was used.
Yes.
Because we grew up in
Yeah.
the 90s.
Yes.
And it was always used like if you were doing
yes,
something.
the 90s and not the 80s.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That I was being
Old.
generationally phobic.
Yes, old phobic.
Yeah, old phobic.
That's
I know that it was used then when it was like you're dumb. You know what I mean? You're doing something stupid.
Yeah.
Like you did a dumb thing or you're being dumb. That's when that word would be used at you.
Yes.
Right? Like if you that's what it was
Right,
used
of
for.
course.
And that has a different connotation to it than fat being used to describe heavy people, right? It's like, well, it's fat. On my body, what I have is fat. You know what I mean? I am fat. I am a fat man.
yeah, but what if like a guy's like calling like let's say there's like a 12-year-old girl who's like trying to like be a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Similar time frame. Let's say
Sure,
1992,
sure.
and the coach is like, nah, she's too fat. Right?
Right.
I think that's similar. No? Why is it not? I'm trying to get why it's not. Why is it not similar?
Because it's more of like a descriptive of the thing itself. I think I'm trying to describe this. I wish I was more awake. I wish I had a nap before we had this conversation. Man, I was having fun with those mopeds. Remember those mopeds?
Oh, good times.
Remember riding those mopeds?
Yeah.
I think
Now we're talking about the R word?
I think the R word stuff
Yeah.
comes from a place of cruel intention. That's the reason that I think that
Did they say that in that movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, the
okay.
R word was Ryan.
Oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Ryan Phillippe.
Oh God, here we go.
Scream 2.
Yep.
Nev Campbell.
Yep.
Nev Campbell, Scream 1.
Yep.
Drew Barrymore.
Got it.
You did it.
Very easy.
You
I
did it.
think that word is.
Now that we remembered Drew Barrymore was in Scream, this is going to be very easy.
Do you
Now
think?
let's do the rest of the cast of Buffy.
Yes.
It's
Do you
easy
think,
because you just do Buffy.
Yes.
Do you don't you think that word is being like more and more ousted because of the cruel intent behind it, as opposed
Fat?
No, read the R word.
Yeah.
As opposed to slurs, which I think are legitimately tied to violence. I think a lot of slurs are legitimately tied to violent pasts.
I think that
I think it's cruelty.
right. I'm sure there are slurs that basically the point of the slur is to set something up as
Separate.
other.
How about that? I think I have a way
I think
to...
fat is too.
Hang on. I think I have a way to clarify this.
Yes.
With the R word, the word itself it was being used on the average person doing something stupid in
Sure.
a way, but regardless of that, it was a word originally intended and used
In the medical community?
In the medical community
Right.
to talk about people with developmental problems.
Yeah.
When it started being used this way, people with developmental problems did not have the ability, they didn't have the agency of themselves to say, fuck you, that's fucked up. That's fucked up that you're doing that.
Yeah.
They were a group that wasn't able, we can talk about like power structure. If you take like the violence away,
Right.
that is the other word is
Right.
a power structure word.
Sure.
The community did not have their own voice to say, don't do that. So we
Sure.
had to have this conversation. Saying fat, a fat person like me can go, fuck you, right? And come back at that, and there can be a power play. And there are plenty of people in a position of power that are fucking fat. You know what I mean? Harvey Weinstein is a fat piece of shit, and he did shitty things.
Sure.
You can call him a fat piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. At the same time, people are like, well, you're making an enemy of the big guy.
It's. I
But
will say this.
my point is, when you were asking what's the difference between the two,
Yeah.
fat people have agency, can have agency, and say for themselves, I do not want you to call me that. And people with developmental disabilities, some may have that agency, others may not have the agency to say, I don't like when you use that word that way.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but the difference is that you're applying stuff. It's weird because you're applying like these specific parameters to this word that I guess could never be applied anywhere else ever.
Yeah, I'm applying it in the sense of like language. We're just
Yeah,
we're
it's
talking
like,
about.
It's like, well, it's not language. It's like the agency thing is what you're talking about. You know what I mean? It's like the idea of like, well, this group actually cannot really stand up for themselves, right? And that's not going to really exist for anyone else in terms of, yeah, at least vocally saying like, hey, fuck you, don't say that, right?
I think the N word has, the discussion of removing that and stuff like that, and,
Yes.
and not using that. I think has roots in the same wheelhouse. I think that agency is different,
Yes, it's different.
but it's still the same in
Yeah.
terms of power structure.
Yes, sure.
And that's where it is. Does that make sense?
I think that makes sense, but I also think that I do think the R word thing comes more from a place of cruelty, and I think that the fat thing is going in the same way. Where I think
Sure.
if you like, let's say whoever it is, like let's say there is an overweight celebrity that is representing body positivity, and you say that, I think that the cruelty factor is basically the reason not to say it, right?
Right.
That's the main reason.
Sure, yeah.
And I think that the R word for a lot of it is as well. Because I think
Yeah.
that the argument isn't just like, hey, stop saying the R word to people who fall into that category. They're saying don't say it to people that are not that, to mean
Right.
a cruel thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of the main thing. No one's like, all right, you can say it to whoever you want as long as they don't actually have Down syndrome. They're saying don't say it to anybody. And
No,
I think
yeah,
it's
yeah,
all
yeah.
cruelty.
Yeah.
I think across
Right,
the board
right.
it's cruelty as opposed to hate, as opposed to
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's a
No, I
different
understand.
it's a different argument.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, there's nuance in all of this.
For sure. For sure. I think
but
we're gonna get there.
I think fat's going in the same way as slut.
Exactly.
slut.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
right?
right. Cruelty.
Yeah.
I think that's the same thing. You know what else
Right.
was
Judgment.
Right.
That's more of a judgment thing.
I think
Yeah.
that you put it best. when you say
Because both can be used in terms of like slut shaming, fat shaming, right?
So that's what it is.
Yeah.
So you said it best, though. I think it is words that say this group of people is other.
Yes.
I think that's the best way to put it. And that's why, to me, they're grouped together.
Yeah.
And another word that didn't really get a lot of traction, if I remember this,
Uh-oh.
bossy.
Oh, sure.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was another one that was kind
Yeah.
of like that, where
Yeah.
it was like, but that one is a little bit more
And I think
sexism
bossy
behind it.
is terrible. I don't think bossy needs to be said when you clearly mean shrill. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm just kidding. No, and I think what we're coming to here at Funbearable is that it's time, and if I need to, I will step up. Maybe we
Yes.
can use your connections.
Yes.
In your 6 degrees.
I haven't heard of any connections that Chuck Stayton has.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Name an actor.
do you have a notebook? You know?
Oh,
'Cause-
The Notebook. Gosling.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Gosling, Drive. Bradley Cooper. He's in a movie with Bradley Cooper.
What movie is he in with Bradley Cooper?
A movie where there's 3 protagonists that they change every
The Hangover.
Oh, you're talking about A Place Beyond the Pines.
place. Is he
Yeah,
in that?
yes, he is. Good job.
Okay,
Nice
keep
job.
going.
Okay.
Good for you. I'm happy. I'm
Yeah,
proud
yeah.
of you.
Yeah, right now that's one connection, and it's
So you
nowhere
have
near
Bradley
Chuck Stayton.
Cooper.
Yeah.
Okay, Bradley Cooper.
All he's going to do is scream or...
No.
Here we are about to change the world.
Yes.
All right? About to start a movement here at Funbearable.
Yep.
And holy cow, that would be great for us
Yeah, it's true.
at this podcast to be helming a movement.
That's us. Yeah.
Shit.
We
Yeah.
are
In 2022,
culture
that's
generators.
power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I mean, we're talking many different interviews with like BuzzFeed. And
And that's it. Just BuzzFeed.
yeah. Variety,
Sure.
maybe.
Yeah.
Who does the thing with like a bunch of questions in somebody's house? And they just walk around the house.
USA Today.
And somebody's just like, yeah, that's my...
That's my umbrella.
Like Taylor Swift is like, I just love that. And
I
so I
mean,
have it now.
Better Homes and Gardens. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. All right, sorry.
GQ.
But here's the Vanity Fair. That's what it was.
There you go.
So here's what we need. We've been talking about this in fat shaming and slut shaming and things like that. Representation and fat men being a different thing in entertainment.
Right.
And myself being a fat man in entertainment.
Handsome fat man.
Doing, I appreciate that. You don't need to say it because I think it's a lie. Look at my eye. My eye's all fucked up. If I was skinny, that would be my thing that I'm most insecure about. But instead, it's just,
I don't even notice it anymore.
Yeah.
it goes my heavy weight,
Okay.
Yeah.
my penis that is too big, and then my eye that is fucked up.
I only
That's
have
how it
one of
goes.
those issues. Yeah.
It's not so.
yeah.
It's not so much that it's big. It's that it's like the skin is so droopy.
It's like an elephant. It's like an elephant. Yeah.
Sad
Yeah.
caged elephant. All right. We're starting a movement.
Here's the movement. Are you ready?
Yes.
Movement.
Cast me. Are you looking at me? Yes. Cast me in a hypersexual role in your film. Let me be a fat slut. It's time for a fat male slut. Can you think of one?
Jabba the Hutt.
Fat male.
Oh, sorry.
slut.
Said fat male slut. Sorry.
I
And
just-
they're
I was thinking
willing.
fat
They're
male
willing
high. Sorry.
participants,
Okay.
not
All right.
slaves.
I just lost 35 pounds. Let me think. I'm trying to think of.
Can you think of a fat slut in film or television? You know what I mean?
I feel like I've read about fat male.
I don't even need to be on mic for this part.
I'm trying to think of one.
Where it was like the guy was fat but had, was well endowed as well.
He doesn't have to be well endowed. He just has to sleep. with a lot of women.
that's the character I'm thinking of.
And it's not done for like a goof.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a genuine
No goof.
thing. Like I'm talking like in a drama.
Yeah. All
Because
right.
fat guys
You know
show
what?
up in comedy. There's
I'm on
room
board.
for fat guys in comedy
Yep.
because he's fat.
Right.
Right.
You know? Or we'll cast a lot of chubby guys because they're wacky.
They're
They'll be the
approachable. Yeah.
friend.
Yep.
They'll be the friend that's like, you know what we should do? We should get a bunch of fucking mothballs and some vodka, put them up our ass. You know, that guy.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
I
don't know.
I don't
Take
like
your
that
pick
guy.
of
Yeah, I
literally
get it.
any scruffy, shitty kind of looking heavy guy, but not too fat.
Right.
Yeah.
Just chubby.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a chubby, scummy guy
Yeah.
in a million movies. A million movies. Where is the fat slut? Man.
Good.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Good point. Let's put it out there. Disney.
Do you want to break barriers?
Are there studios other than Disney these days? Disney cast that guy.
So now we know you can connect, and now we know that we need to start a movement.
Yes.
And I think we should.
Two good things. I got nothing this week.
I feel like you're right.
Which is
But
fine.
you like mopeds.
I
And
think-
how can we loop the mopeds into the movement?
Ooh, because of those two fat brothers on twin mopeds.
Yep.
Remember those guys?
Yes.
Those are our mascots.
Yeah.
They are mascots,
Let's
yeah.
talk to the leather worker. We'll get jackets made.
Yep.
And
It's going to be a lot of leather.
yeah.
So much leather.
You know what?
See, you
Leather.
killing all these cows for your fat movement is way worse than me using the freezer as an air conditioner.
Actually, I'm reducing
Cows-
methane.
Yeah, cows are a problem. Cow farts.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Go vegan.
Yep.
Two meals a week.
Try the freezer thing.
Don't
try the freezer thing.
And we've been unbearable.
Funbearable. So we're starting a movement. I'm going to throw this table. I'm going to lift
sense
this
it.
table.
I sense
up
it coming.
and throw Yeah. We're starting a movement.
Yep.
6 degrees of Chuck Stayton.
Nope. We're going to start a
Different
movement. We want male fat sluts represented in television and movies.
I'll gain the 35 back to be part of your movement.
You'll still be just a chubby guy, though. You won't be fat.
I
gain
will
55.
continue to hate my own body for everything it does, all the time.
That's normal.
Yeah, yeah,
His
Yeah.
mouth goes numb. He has a rash on his anus. He has diarrhea.
He has
for
a
no reason.
Uranus?
yeah.
He has diarrhea.
He
Let's just say this. He exclusively has diarrhea.
That's true.
Okay.
That's the only way.
This couple is weird.
Yeah.
Just meeting this couple, and the wife, you're the wife, is constantly just like, he has diarrhea
Exclusive.
all the
He
time.
has polished anus syndrome, which is a real thing.
When you were in the shower today, he was pacing because he had this shit so bad.
I'm sorry.
I was pacing because I was anxious. I also
Because you had
He also had
No.
he also had diarrhea because he was anxious.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everything's
It's
because
all-
he's anxious.
It's a whole cycle. It's a catch-22.
Yeah, it really is.
You're your own grandfather in
yeah.
this situation.
Yeah, major.
So, listen, I want to thank you, watchers and listeners of Funbearable, for joining us on this ride.
Yeah.
I think we really did go on a journey on this episode.
Me too.
We did some goofs. We did some serious stuff. We
Right.
got real. I think there's real heart in this.
Yep.
And
And
I think so.
I think it's just a wonderful thing.
And I'll say this, we were looking for things that brand our show. First one, 6 degrees of Chuck Stayton.
No, fat male sluts.
And fat male sluts.
All right, well, people can email us, funbearablepod@gmail.com.
And-
If you can
Yes,
think of a fat male slut.
And also, if you have any celebrities you want us to play 6 degrees of Chuck Stayton
Please
with,
don't.
send them in and we'll play it. We'll play everyone,
no
we
need to.
promise.
Check us out.
Regardless of quality.
Social media at funbearablepod on all the normal things. Yeah, you feeling good?
6 degrees.
You feeling all right?
I'm mainly just tired, and but I am ready to play a slut.
All right, we're going to take a
I can
nap.
do
I'm
it.
ready to play 6 degrees of Chuck Stayton.
Thank you all so much for listening and or watching. For Chuck Staton and Ray Harrington, I'm Brad Rohr. Sorry for being funbearable.
This one, I feel like the apology actually
Yeah.
is
we're trying-
warranted.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, it works. We got to do something about this guy.
Ooh, Bela Lugosi.